What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I seen the story this morning that broke on a news outlet in St. Louis, Missouri. But the story is not from there. This story is in Georgia, Fayetteville to be exact. Now, this story broke, and I never heard of this, in late August. And it's concerning these two people up here. These two people were husband and wife. And this does deal with DV. I hate saying it in the beginning of the thing, but you know, domestic a dispute that resulted in murder. Now, the man's name is Kenneth Hardin Jr. He's 39 years old. The woman, her name is Carrie Hardin. May she rest in peace. She is his wife, or was his wife, before he took her life. Ladies and gentlemen, this man shot this woman multiple times with a shotgun. Buried her in a shallow grave behind their house. And set the body on fire before doing this. As horrible as this is, what's more horrible is who she was, what she built, and the type of spirit she had that this man could have benefited from. I mean, hell, his children that he had by her were. It's so crazy how you can have everything at your disposal to build something great, both for yourself and those around you, with a helpmate such as this woman. But he threw it away, just threw it in the dirt because of his own selfishness. Here's her story.
Successful business owner and St. Charles County native. Her story so great, but cut so short. She was murdered by her husband, and tonight this woman's family and friends not only mourn, but vow to fight. And that fight is for Carrie Hardin's children. There is a clash for custody for her 8 and 11-year-old boys.
That crime happened in the family's Atlanta home. The custody fight is also there. And tonight, here in St. Louis, Carrie's friends and mother are talking to us about the issues before all of this tragedy. First Alert 4's Russell Kinsall here with that story. Russell.
Yeah, the victim, Carrie Hardin, such a smart, hard worker. She had already saved for a car at the age of 14 and a half. She was brutally murdered after years of hiding from others the domestic violence that she suffered. Advocates for victims of domestic violence hope others will hear this story and they will reach out for help.
I never imagined that something like this would happen to Carrie. You know, it's like, no way.
Carrie was too big for this to happen to her.
Alicia Allen and Chastity Adams Miller are still in shock over their friend's brutal murder. Carrie Hardin graduated from Fort Zumwalt South High School, became a nurse, and then built a multi-million-dollar nurse staffing business.
So the most impressive thing about Carrie was she always wanted to improve on things.
Carrie married Ken Hardin and they moved to Georgia in 2020, but there had been a previous incident of domestic violence.
Kenny had bust out the window to the bathroom to get to her and chased her down the road with a gun.
I asked her mother why Carrie never left Ken.
She wanted to keep her family together, and she believed that he would stop, that he wouldn't really harm her.
From the couple's home outside of Atlanta, hours before her murder, Carrie texted her friend Alicia asking if she could come stay with her.
I'm not going to call the police because, you know, I'm just afraid that something bad will happen out of it. And I just want to go to sleep and I'm going to lay down and hopefully nothing happens.
Carrie Hardin had taken a job at Cochran VA Medical Center and contacted a divorce attorney. Ken Hardin's accused of shooting his wife with a shotgun, burning her body and burying it in a shallow grave.
It breaks my heart that I didn't call the police for her.
A GoFundMe account has been set up to help with the legal battle to settle Carrie's estate and seek custody of the couple's 2 children.
That's where Alicia and I are having a call for justice for Carrie to make sure that that happens.
In the wake of this tragedy, victims of domestic violence are urged to call a hotline, to get information, to make a plan.
Because honestly, if someone has never had to think about that before, then, you know, why would they know? If you don't need to know, why would you know? You know, so you need folks like us who can kind of talk you through, here's some options, and then helping that survivor guide what they want to do, what's right for them.
Ken Harden was arrested 450 miles away in Louisiana and confessed to the killing. You'll find the domestic abuse hotline in this story in the First Alert 4 news app. I'm Russell Kinsall, First Alert 4.
It's really sad.
Guys, and you've seen the story, and may this lady, Carrie Harden, rest in peace. She didn't deserve that. And there are a lot of other people out here that don't deserve to be victims in domestic violence. Now, you've seen her friends are trying to get custody of her children, and I hope they do. I don't know what the situation is with that. It mainly talked more about the crime itself, so we'll talk about that. But up here, I'm looking at an article, right, when this thing first came out from Fox 5. And it says, Kenneth Harden Jr., who was accused of killing his wife, which they found out he did, he admitted, and burning her body, was arrested in Louisiana on Wednesday, because remember, this is in August, so the date and times are messed up. Was arrested in Louisiana on Wednesday. He is currently awaiting extradition back to Georgia to face charges of killing his wife, Carrie Harden. Quote, the officers could definitely tell immediately that there was somebody with some blood loss, and that somebody had attempted to clean the crime scene, said Fayetteville County Sheriff Barry Babb. Carrie Harden's body, which shows signs of gunshot wounds, was discovered on Wednesday in a shallow grave behind the couple's home along Merlin Court in Fayetteville, Georgia. It's shocking as hell. Definitely seems like something that would be on like one of those shows. I didn't expect that, the sheriff said. According to a statement from the sheriff's office, her remains were partially buried and buried under yard debris. He had related that his son had purchased a plane ticket for him to fly to Georgia and met him at a bank teller, the sheriff said. Sheriff Babb says Harden handed over all of his bank accounts and other fiscal responsibilities to his father. It is what Harden next told his father, which prompted his father to report him to law enforcement. So his dad told on him. He told his father that he had shot his wife and pretty much that he was now going on the run, the sheriff said. The 39-year-old Harden allegedly told his father that he killed his wife in self-defense, burned her body, and was leaving town. Dozens of investigators combed through the property, viewing surveillance video and collecting evidence as deputies. The tragedy is here was a family that is now completely imploded, and you've got more than one victim that's deceased. You've got a lot of victims, especially those little boys. The sheriff said, okay, the way that was roped, it made no sense. But it says Fayetteville County deputies tracked Kenneth Harden to a motel in Covington, Louisiana, with assistance from the St. Tammany Parish Sheriff's Office and the Louisiana State Patrol. Harden was apprehended by a SWAT team in his motel room. I got almost basically 2 calls at the same time that the cadaver dog located our victim, which was buried in a very shallow grave in the backyard of the property, and at the same time that the St. Tammany Parish officers took him into custody without incident, the sheriff said. Now, I'm going to get real with y'all on something. Men govern, right? And when I say govern, I'm saying they create law and order in the home. Now, as you can see, this guy had a history of domestic violence against her due to him being frustrated over whatever it was that led him to put his hands on his wife. His wife. So let me tell you something. This guy went and told his father what happened. He ran to Louisiana, told his dad, gave all his money to his dad. I'm going on a run, Pop. I killed my wife. That's it. I'm gone. Dad told right on his ass. So evidently, he wasn't raised like that. See, this is the thing. A lot of these men that do this type of stuff, it's like their bodies grow, but their mind don't from adolescent age. If you look at this woman, she had a hustler spirit. And I don't know her. We're just going by what we see. She had a hustler spirit. Do you know how hard it is in the medical profession to go to school, become a nurse, and then start your own nursing staffing service? And she made it $1 million business. Think about that. $1 million business. You married her what? 2020? 2022? I can't remember when they said they got married, but it's a short time. And in that time, you took her life. There are people out here running around for their piece of the pie in everyday society, and you had the fucking recipe right there for success. See, a woman is a multiplier. A good woman is a multiplier. Now, there's some women out there that don't know their place as far as like their role as a woman, because all this other stuff that's pulling their minds in different directions. Same with dudes. And that's one of the problems we have out here nowadays. Nobody understands the actual demands that each sex is supposed to have and bring to the table. With all of this different narrative that they pushing this stuff and all this confusion and gender equality and all this other stuff, people don't even know if they coming or going. A woman's a multiplier. You give her a little, she'll make it a lot. Men hunt, women gather. Been like that since the beginning of time. She took the information and knowledge she had and turned it into something magnificent. And evidently, she wanted to bring you along with her or follow your lead as the man, and you took her life. Let me tell you something. For a woman to marry a man, she's telling him basically, we will follow your lead. I will follow you anywhere, whether it's in fire, in rain, or whatever. I choose to be under your leadership. That's what a husband is. This guy right here messed it up. He messed it up. And I'm going to tell you something. Look at these pictures. Look at this girl. That's a pretty woman. In all the pictures, she's pretty. One of the pictures pictured here, she's all up on you, claiming you, repping you, happy to be up close to you. That wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. Did you see that house, guys? They was doing very well for themselves. And I'm sure he had a professional job too. But either way, man, come on. She was building something with you. And whatever she had, that hustler spirit or whatever, she had that drive, you seen it, and it should have made you better being the competitive being that you are, and y'all could have grew together. And I'm sure that's what she wanted. Hell, she had 2 kids by you. Evidently, you had some worth to her. Man, it's like these dudes put their hands on these chicks, and it's like they don't even think about tomorrow. They only think about now and why they're mad, and then they go and do crazy stuff. You shot your wife multiple times with a shotgun in the backyard and buried her in the lawn furniture and set it on fire. Your kids live there. You never looked her in the eye when you was fighting her and beating her down to her very last breath that, hey, this is my kid's mom. What are my kids going to do? What are they going to think about? You ran and left your babies. That right there let me know what type of dude you is and what you brought to the table. Absolutely nothing but chaos and dumb shit. That's real. There's people that are out here so selfish that they can't even get out of their own way or out of their adolescent mind and move forward as an adult while being married to one. I mean to spit. I'm fucking turned up. This is heartbreaking. She got a hustler spirit. She got the same spirit I do. And a lot of you guys got out there do. When people have that spirit, you don't get in front of them. You let them do what they're going to do, and great things will come to both them and you can grow off of that intellectually wise and drive wise, because what they got is contagious in a good way. But he fucked it up. Killed her and then ran his ass back to Louisiana to tell his dad. Dad told right on him. And I agree with his pop. The fuck away from me. Yeah, this is what he did. Get his dumb ass. Some people need to be shown the flowers immediately. When I read that article, it seemed confusing the way it was, the punctuation was off. When he said more than one person died, he was talking about the lives of the children. Part of them died too because their mother's gone. But either way, man, this is heartbreaking. And until we understand the roles that man and women play together in union, whether it's marriage or leading to that, stuff like this gonna keep happening. And another thing, like I told you, this is an attractive woman. Ladies, your looks will get a man to notice you. It won't get him to keep you. And if he weak-minded like this dude, he'll beat you to control you. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. One of the things I hate in this world, and I shouldn't say hate, but I do hate it, is wasted potential and potential that was on a trajectory and taken out of here by somebody that couldn't see the real gift that was beneficial to both them and the person they destroyed and those around them, their children. I'll see you in the next video. May this lady carry heart and rest in peace. Condolences to her family. See you in the next video. Take care.